This video is about the fourth most important crop in the world.
So I'm talking about the humble potato. Now this particular bed is 3 foot wide, 8 foot long, and this is what I harvested this morning.
It's no small matter of importance to decide what to grow when it comes to vegetables. Time, space, environment and taste account for and should point the grower in what direction to involve him or herself. So just how large an area should be allotted to potatoes? They take up a lot of space while taking most of the season to be ready for the dinner plate. But the truth of the matter is potatoes are a worthwhile crop. After all, one seed potato will produce between 10 to 15 tubers. So the mathematics would tell us that it's a worthwhile investment. Good soil texture and friability are conditions that will foster free development of roots and smoothness of the tuber. Now these potatoes that you see me harvesting from the raised bed are Charpomera resistant potatoes. They're resistant both on the leaf and on the tuber. They're also good against slugs. They're a main crop potato, so they're planted in March, April, and they're uprooted and harvested in August, September. They're flowery in appearance and in taste. So in this video I'm harvesting from raised beds, from pots and also from the ground. The results are in and the results are also conclusive. The potatoes that came out of the raised beds were big, they were smooth and there was no slug damage. The ones in the pots were smaller and the ones that were in the ground had a lot of slug damage. Slugs burrowing into the potatoes, obviously for a feed, but also probably to get away from the blistering heat of the heat wave that we had over the summer for a 7-week period. And they could get into the potato and cool down with juices and so on and so forth. So this potato here is a Blue Danube, Sarpo Blue Danube. The flower on this potato would not look out of place in any herbaceous border, with a bluish purplish tint. They're less blight resistant but well worth growing nonetheless. So initially I placed 2 seed potatoes into these handy enough sized pots, and what you have on the left as you're looking at it is Sarpo Axona. On the right, Sarpo Harai. And these ones are Sarpo Blue Danube. Now I have more potatoes growing in pots, but if it's alright with you, I think I'll just leave them grow on and I won't harvest them today. Harvesting from drills that I made with a mechanized system. When I'm harvesting from the ground, what I do is I place the fork in at an angle 1 foot back from the plant. So as the fork goes in, I grab the many stems of the potato plant with the other hand, and as I push down with the fork, I lift up with the other hand and the potatoes will break free of the ground without any difficulty. These potatoes that came out of the ground had a slight touch of brown scab. Now brown scab, although it may sound horrendous, actually is just cosmetic. If your soil is a bit rough, if hard clay, stony soil, if your soil is overlimed, then you can introduce brown scab. But it's basically just cosmetic. Peel off the skin. The potato is perfect to eat. Okay, so this is the harvest. There's lots of potatoes in here. Those pots are quite large. And I still have some in the ground and I still have some in pots. And I'm just after planting my Christmas, New Year potatoes in the polytunnel. Here I have a seed potato. It's been chitting away in full sunlight for the last couple of weeks. It's the end of September now. My Christmas potatoes are in for the last 3 weeks, and these ones, now I'm inside in the polytunnel, it's worth saying, these ones are going to be for January, February. So I'm just going to place one here, and I'm going to go right along this long bed, which is about 22 feet long. I'm going to place one down every 2 feet,
and harvest them hopefully in January, February.